It's very difficult to survive as an artist in this country, and playwrights fall into that group. Many of our members, of course, they've got the day job. They've got something that pays the bills, but they have a great passion for theater. They want to present writing to an audience. When you're writing a play, it doesn't really live until somebody gets to see it. It's not like writing a poem or a novel. Our organization is a welcoming, educating, inspiring place where people can learn, they can meet each other, they can find out about playwriting groups, dramaturgs, theater groups, get a discount on productions by a fellow ALAP writer once those productions start happening again. And sometimes, even if you're doing very high level work and you're doing absolutely the best you can, getting it produced can be a bear. And I know a number of playwrights have a wonderful first production, and then they can't get anybody to do the second production of that same play. So we're all in this together. And I think just hearing about the different process that different playwrights undertake, how they go about marketing their work, how much time they spend on it, what they do, what resources they use, all of these things are immensely useful to playwrights at any stage of their career. If you'd like to learn more about the Alliance of Los Angeles Playwrights, please watch the video with me, Mona Deutsch Miller. I am quite new at the helm of ALAP, which was run very wonderfully by Dan Berkowitz and John Dorff together for nearly 20 years. The organization was actually started in 1993. So it's been in existence for a long time. I came along at the beginning of 2021 with other lifetime members of ALAP or longtime members who wanted to make sure when John Dorff stepped down that this wonderful organization continued. We have lots and lots of programs. I encourage people to go look at our website for the details. But in addition to the monthly happy hours where you can just talk to another playwright and meet people and maybe learn something about the craft, we have different topics that we announce every month. We have, and I apologize, the New Works Lab has been a bit spotty, but what is going on is we try to interest a local theater in reading submissions from our members, and we co-produce a reading of the scripts that the theater selects to help the playwright hear his or her work out loud and develop the play. And often these readings are pretty private because the idea is to move the play to a better level, and it's may not, and it usually isn't ready for public performance, but the playwright can get some feedback and really hear what professional actors are doing with his or her words. This has been going on for a long time. I actually went back and looked at some of the records. The New Works Lab started in 2002, and all kinds of playwrights have had their works read by local companies, Company of Angels, Right Act, the Met, Vox Humana, Pacific Resident, Greenway Court. Currently, there was a May 1 deadline. The Victory Theater is our theater that's partnering with us, and they are in the process of reviewing, I think 19 full-length scripts were submitted, and they were specifically interested in plays that could have diverse casts, full-length plays. And these are all plays that have not been produced anywhere. So we try to do this several times a year. In the last few years, it's been hard, especially with the pandemic. I mean, this has been terribly, terribly difficult for theaters, and some theaters have failed. In 2020, Infinite Jest theater company, which does comedies, did a number of New Works lab readings, and they did them on Zoom, of course. But that was another opportunity for writers to submit. And we try to tell them, we're trying to help the theaters as well as the writers. So we ask them, what kinds of work would you like to receive? Ideally, this would be happening every other month. We've not been able to do that during the pandemic, but if any theaters are listening, this is a win-win. You get to, get new work. You can develop a relationship with the playwright out there who might be just perfect for you. And we want to help our members. ALAP is a service and support organization designed to help members by giving them educational opportunities. We put on panels and seminars. We have an annual fall event that usually includes a reading of works by members, some educational or technical panels that could be on anything. It could be from legal rights of playwrights to fair use questions, use of music in plays, how to protect yourself vis-a-vis copyright issues. The list is endless. We've covered all kinds of things. Grant writing for playwrights. We've had informal creative writing workshop sessions where people are just working with prompts. At our annual fall event, which we usually give a funny name to, like Dramapocalypto, Dramageddon, Drama Llama Ding Dong, are some of the names we've had over the years. We're working on something related to the pandemic, but I can't tell you what it is yet. The pandemic, which we hope soon will be of blessed memory. We've often had a director-dramatist exchange where through a lottery you can apply and playwrights get up, introduce themselves. They can talk about a specific work. They can talk about the whole body of their work. They can talk about their approach to the rehearsal process, but also in the room are directors or representatives of different theaters. And then there's an opportunity to network with those people. So it's a full 1 day, sometimes 2 day program that we do annually. And that alone, I think, is worth the very low price of membership, which is only $45 a year, less for full-time students. And of course, one can become a lifetime member, which I did right away. I mean, it was absolutely clear to me that this was going to be a starting point. We have parties, we have social events, and we'll be able to do those in person once everybody's vaccinated and things are safe. But these parties, people meet people as well as having a good time. I've heard more than once that, people come away from the party with some kind of opportunity to, present to a theater, or better than that even. We have a wonderful resource for our members, which is that they can list their scripts. So if you want all your scripts in one place, then somebody who's looking for a sci-fi play, a comedy, a drama, something involving LGBTQ issues, whatever it is, there are a variety of categories. You can actually list the subject matter of the plays. You can have the scripts right up there. And it's an opportunity for you to have a showcase and a database of your work right there. We also, at times when there are functioning theaters and live events, places will offer discounts to ALAP members. We circulate submission opportunities that we become aware of to our members. We have, as I said, not only the annual event, but the monthly happy hours that used to be called saloons. Our current treasurer, Julius Galacki, is adding to our digest just wonderful information about the history of theater in Los Angeles. So as a member, one receives regular emails and notifications, and they include some fascinating theater history, as well as, here's somebody who has a work being put up, or reading, or something like that. The actors and the directors database is very helpful for writers, because then if you want to do a table read of your play, or you're thinking of casting for a workshop production, or you just want to hear the play, you have a pool of people. I've been very fortunate to be associated with a specific theater company for many years that's devoted to the development of new work. So I have access to lots of actors through that theater company, but that isn't true of every playwright in Los Angeles or beyond. We have members who aren't in Los Angeles at all. And this way, they can use that resource on the website and find an actor or find a director. And there are categories for the actors. So if you're looking for a specific age or a specific type or something like that, you can find those people. We're not, I can't say that ALAP as an organization is recommending these actors or vouching for them, but we're certainly hoping that our members will realize that it is to everybody's advantage to make sure that really good actors are on the website. And if you use a really good actor in one of your plays, tell that person, if you have any interest at all in reading new work, please put yourself into the actors database. The New Works Lab program is a partnership between ALAP and any particular local theater we can find that wants to do this with us. We offer them the chance to receive scripts that match the criteria they set from our members. And the only people who can submit through this program are members of ALAP. They in turn provide a venue where the work is read and questions are asked, and the playwright receives useful, we hope, feedback. It is our hope that in this way we'll be connecting theaters that are interested with playwrights who have new work to give them. And while unfortunately the number of small theaters in LA seems to have shrunk a little bit because of COVID, I think most of them, through Zoom performances, through loyal subscribers, and I don't know how they did it. In some ways it's magic. They're hanging on by the skin of their teeth, but they're still out there. So we're trying to assist playwrights and help local theaters at the same time. Many local theaters have their own sort of playwright labs. So they have a group of playwrights who they are nurturing and developing. And of course, they have a duty to those writers. So sometimes it can be a little difficult to find a theater that wants to participate in New Works Labs. I'm very grateful to Infinite Jest Theater and director Colette Rutherford, and to Victory Theater, Maria Beatty, for their interest over the last year and a half or so in partnering with us. And I'm very hopeful that now that things are just starting to return to live theater. I'm hoping that the program will get back on track. ALAP has a very long-standing program called In Our Own Voices, and it's a first-come, first-served program where playwrights either read a whole work, but no longer than 10 minutes, or an excerpt from a work, and at least one of the readers has to be the playwright himself or herself. And we've done this in bookstores, we've done this in libraries. It's fun, it's lively, and it's nice to just be part of your own work. Of course, I used to act, so I don't mind reading my own works, but I've been at readings with shy playwrights who read the stage directions or something. It's been under the very careful attention of Gary Young, who's a member of our board. This year it was in late May by Zoom, but it was a really high-level, interesting program. It showed you all the different kinds of work that people are doing. There was not a single style. And for myself, when I've participated in Our Own Voices, it was a nice sense of community. I actually got to do a short play at Dutton's, the bookstore on the West Side, which is no longer with us. And Dutton's was just such a wonderful place. I felt like at least I got to have this little connection to Los Angeles literary history, reading my play, The Interview, at the bookstore. But In Our Own Voices is certainly an opportunity, and you only have to read up to 10 minutes. It doesn't have to be some huge thing, and it gives you a chance to have other people listen to your work and react. ALAP has for a long time had a wonderful opportunity through the city of West Hollywood to host the Gay Pride Reading Festival. There are both short plays that are winners and a full-length play. This is something that has existed for a number of years. It's a terrific opportunity for playwrights, and we're very grateful to the city of West Hollywood for having this opportunity, and it also gets playwrights to think about issues of importance to gay people. We welcome playwrights of every level of experience. You can be a beginning playwright, somebody who's just really starting your career. You can be mid-career. You can be a highly experienced, super successful playwright like Peter Colley, whose plays are produced all around the world. I think we're a much smaller and more intimate organization than the Dramatists Guild. The people really get to know each other when they see each other at social events or panels or meetings. There's a kind of connection and friendship that is not going to happen necessarily at some enormous and rare Dramatists Guild conference. So those, I think, are important. We would love to see a more diverse and younger group of playwrights, and we're working really hard to make that happen in honor of the late Dan Berkowitz, incredibly witty, funny writer, director, producer, in whose shoes I will never be able to fill. I mean, Dan was just a showman, extraordinaire. We have established a program called the Berkowitz Fellows, and we want to reach out, and we are in the process of talking to graduate theater departments all over LA to have them recommend to us articulate, intelligent playwrights who are really committed to theater, who want to learn and have something to share with us. And we're in the process, and board member Lee Kennicott has been very deeply involved in this. I'm really a sounding board for Lee. In trying to come up with a specific program that will be attractive to the Berkowitz Fellows, where they can present, for example, at the end of their year. We'll give them a free year of membership, and at the end of the year, we want to give them an opportunity to showcase their work, and we'll help them put on that show. I mean, it's not going to have the bells and whistles and set design of the Geffen or Center Theater Group, but it might be a staged reading or something, but they'll have a chance to show us what they've been thinking about, struggling with. I mean, I think theater is such an amazing combination of the intellectual and the emotional. So I'm looking forward to having more diverse people, and I am totally committed to making every new person who joins ALAP feel welcome, feel important, feel valued. This is supposed to be a service and support organization for playwrights. So we want playwrights to come, and if they have ideas, they're free to tell me what their ideas are or speak to other board members. We're extremely open while trying to continue all of the long-running programs that I've described in part that we've had for many, many years now. We are a not-for-profit 501c3 corporation. If you go to laplaywrights.org, that's LAPLAYWRIGHTS.org, you'll see our website. You can read all about us, and absolutely, you can donate however you want. We actually had a very loyal, regular theater lover. He wasn't a writer, he wasn't an actor, he wasn't a director. He was just somebody who loved theater, went to lots of plays, and he would come to our annual meetings and parties and other things, and we were very grateful for his support. Theater needs an audience. They're definitely a very important, necessary component. I so appreciate the opportunity to talk to you. My name is Mona Deutsch Miller, and I'm the current president of the Alliance of Los Angeles Playwrights. You can find us at www.laplaywrights.org, and I hope you will. You can read all about us at that website.